Alright, part 2 and shit. Yeah, we're talking about random stuff. Okay. What are you saying, Tim?
You finish this and then we will talk about love.
Love at first sight. Alright.
So, what was I talking about? I was talking about something.
Money, something related to
Yes. So actually, you are making here American money. Am I right?
Yeah.
So
from Italy.
actually, I remember the time when you were making here money, you know, for the classes and.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
But now, actually, you are making money because you have this USA audience. I mean, the people who are in USA, that are watching your videos and so on. So, and that's why actually you do not have to, you know, to fight with this language barrier or whatever.
Right.
I know that after, you know, this, so there was this, you know, after the end of this Soviet Union, the people who actually made the career, the career, you know, on the West.
Okay.
It was the dancers, like the ballet dancers.
Ballet. Oh yes, yes. Especially the women, the
Yes.
teachers, instructors. Yes.
Or the sportsmen, you know, all these people that did it. So they do not need the language, you know, to speak like a Jackie Chan actually.
Yeah.
So they had all these things, you know. So another way. Yeah.
Right.
So and actually, you know, that's the very tricky thing to make the money, you know, in Russia. You know, earning it from the USA because actually you didn't succeed from the first time.
Yeah, I did.
Of course,
I did.
This kind of shit take a lot.
Yeah, I tried a lot of different things.
A lot.
Yeah, it didn't work the first time.
But that's also the good part of it.
Sure.
I think because if you succeed in it, it means that just because it's so difficult, it means that it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Not anybody can do this.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, being creative is the hardest part. I mean, well, my inspiration was actually love. We're going to talk about love at first sight.
Okay.
Let's talk about love. Yeah.
My first inspiration was actually love. But I mean, for example, let's say my little dude, my homie, his name's Romeo the Black Flame. He's a black African guy who studied here in the university. He speaks Russian fluently. He has maybe 300,000 subscribers on his page and has like millions of views like every fucking day.
I dream about
this,
30 million views of
This dude started out on my channel. He started out on my channel. Like just like, you know how me and you were talking and we're making, that's how me and him started together. But now he's real big, but he has a different business model than I do, you know. So when you make videos for Russians, unfortunately, it doesn't make that much money as it does when you make, for many reasons. It's not just the size of the ruble, it's also from the habits of Russians. They have a lot of ad blocks and all this stuff. They don't have a lot of products to advertise like we do in America. And when they do have a lot of products to advertise, they don't offer as much money as American products and stuff. So I'm not gonna say it's a waste of time because it is money, but it's nowhere near as much as you can get from an American, British, or Australian audience. That's just a fact of the internet. So I'm
You say Middle East?
Huh?
You say Middle East?
The list?
No, Middle East.
No.
Middle East, yes, the Middle East. Well, with women. That's with women. Yeah, the Middle
I'm
East.
sorry. Could you please, you know?
No, with
You mostly-
okay, I'll get to you. I'll get to you. In the Middle East, there's a lot of restrictions on things with women. They can't really touch women and stuff like that unless they're married. In a lot of the countries, not all of them, but a lot of them. So I manage models, bro. You know that. So when they see these models, they're willing to pay a lot of money to talk to them, see pictures and see videos. So that's easy money.
Yeah.
Because they have these strong restrictions, so it's easy money from the Middle East. So yeah, but other than all that shit, I just wanted to say that even though you may be Russian and stuff, as long as you know some English, I believe with the emergence of the internet, there is no excuse for not having your own business on the internet and taking money from around the world. I believe there's no excuse. I admit I have an advantage because I was born in New York and I speak English in a very understandable way. I admit it. But other than that, there's no excuse for anybody to not be making money on the internet. If you want to start your own business, there's no excuse. It's going to take time. You're going to need ideas. You're going to have to build. But if you've been at it for like 3 or 4 years, there's no excuse for you to not be making money, especially when you're a rare person or you're in a rare situation.
Exactly.
You're an Italian guy living in Russia.
Not in Russia, but in Novosibirsk.
And also in Siberia.
Siberia.
So next to Academic Garadok.
Guys, could you please comment on the difference? Because you said, not in Russia, but in Novosibirsk. Could you please comment? I'm a...
Alright, you go first. You go first.
There's a big difference. Everything is after Urals mountains. It's another world. It's
thank you, man.
It's another world. No, but it's definitely another world. The majority of foreigners, they are living in Russia. They are living in the west part, not in the eastern part.
But not Kaliningrad too much, but everywhere else, yeah.
Yeah, Kaliningrad it's special situation.
Yeah.
But usually all the people knows Moscow, St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Now Kazan is going to be very popular, and that's the reason why I moved out from there.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, believe me, there are a lot of foreigners.
I think
There are a lot of foreigners.
because of Academic Garadok, Novosibirsk will be more popular than Kazan. We'll see who's right soon.
Wait, no, Academic Garadok is popular for scientists
Yes.
and for students.
Yes.
But Kazan, they have a lot of foreigners for different types of business.
Westerners.
Yes.
Oh, for
Westerners.
business?
I'm talking about Westerners. There are a lot of foreigners in
Westerners.
Kazan now. A lot.
Okay, I gotta look into that. Okay.
So that's the point. And most of the foreigners, they are located in the western part of Russia. In the eastern part, less people. Of course, Novosibirsk is Novosibirsk, so it's the capital of Siberia. And you can
Thank
make
you for
houses
this one
here.
because somebody thinks that Krasnoyarsk.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think the majority of people, they don't even know what is Novosibirsk actually.
Actually,
They heard some, I mean, for my experience, the majority of people of Western country, when you talk about Russia, they know Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Siberia, and that's all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, you say Tomsk, Krasnoyarsk, Novosibirsk doesn't mean anything to them. They don't have any idea what is it. So you have to talk about Siberia.
They might know Chelyabinsk as well because of the meteor, but that's it. Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah, not so
The name
much here,
doesn't
right.
match them.
So, okay, we can start with love at first sight.
Oh yeah, love at first sight.
Love at first sight, yeah.
All right.
No, first we can make how to say, to vote about that. Who believe it, who not, who doesn't. You
I
believe
believe.
it, I don't believe. You
Love at
believe?
first sight. I believe.
So we are three of two that we
three
don't
of two.
believe in love at first sight. So
Well,
you
it's
have to
not-
explain why.
let me-
Okay.
Deal. I gotta explain something to you. It's not fair to not believe in something because you haven't experienced it. Now, first, I gotta get to what love is before we get to this, because this isn't like
Oh,
believing in.
it's the
not like.
most
It's
difficult
not like
topic.
It's not like believing in God. It's not like believing in pseudoscience. Love is a feeling. So
Yeah.
people have different feelings. You can't deny that a feeling exists because you don't feel it. You understand? So even though love may not be real, but if I feel something so strong that I consider to be love, it's real to me. So it's not like I'm saying God created everybody and I'm sure of it. No, I'm saying I felt love. That has nothing to do with anyone else.
It's like friendship, we can say.
Right, but still, you can't deny it because you never felt it. That's not fair. So for example, it's like saying, there's no such thing as best friends. Well, I guess you never felt that way, but I've had best friends. So let me explain the situation. This was back when I lived in New York. I was filming a commercial for either Verizon or AT&T. And I saw a girl on the bus, the bus was transporting us to the film set, and she looked just like my ex-girlfriend. And she actually looks like Juicy Bear a little bit. They actually
White
look
girl?
like- Yeah, she's an actress. I can show you her on a few TV shows.
Never mind.
No, I can show you.
White and black, just
No, she was white. She was white. She was
Okay.
white.
Okay.
Anyway, so I saw her and I thought she looked like my ex-girlfriend, so it just grabbed my attention. Later during the shoot, we started communicating, and I was into her. Not just because she looked like my ex, but because she was beautiful, because she had a nice body, everything. She was cool, she was funny, everything. So then we got back on the bus to go back to, we called it the location, so we could go home. So the bus would take us to like Times Square, then everyone goes home by themselves. Or take us to 34th Street, we go home. Or Union Square, we go home. I don't know if you guys know those places, but I'm kind of
Just Times Square, yes.
Yeah, Times Square.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
Fifth Avenue.
close to Times Square.
Square.
Yeah, very close.
This is-
So we go there,
McMahon.
and me and her talking, and I remember I asked her if she had a business card. So instead of giving me a business card, she pulls out something and she starts doing this. What she did was she pulled out a blank Pokemon card. It's so hard to explain. You know Pokemon cards? You guys know? The back of it has a Pokeball. She had one with a blank front and Pokemon on the back. So on the front, she drew a picture of herself, drew her weaknesses, her powers, and her attacks for me, which were her phone number. And she gave it to me and she goes, call me. And that was the cutest thing anyone's ever done for me a day in my life. It was unbelievable. Not only, I was already liking her a lot, but after she gave me that Pokemon card,
Oh, it happened to me actually.
I felt something for her.
But she was 33 years old.
But
That's the problem.
It's not even just that. It's not even just because of the card. This is what happened after. I decided not to call her, not to communicate, because I knew it would end up bad. This was the year 2009. It's the worst year of my life. I'll never forget. I knew it would end up bad. I had 2 heartbreaks earlier that year. I didn't want to fuck another one. So I'm like, I'm going to leave this girl alone. She had my number. I didn't have hers except for on that card. So my luck, what happened, she's texting me. She wants to hang out. We go on a date. My friend Steve, he didn't wear his shoes that night. In New York, when you go to clubs, you got to wear shoes, not sneakers, but like nice shoes.
And here too, in many clubs.
Yeah, sure.
In Russia, well, okay, once again, that could be because
That's
it's
you,
me.
yes.
Right,
It's you.
Right, I get in with
Even me, I'm a foreigner, but I look like
you look like Russian, so they kick you out. But me,
I can wear sneakers.
You need to talk.
I can wear sneakers in clubs here. I can wear.
You need to talk. Actually, you need to say something like, "How much?"
Yes, you need to say.
Okay, but with money you can buy everything.
I can get in with Tapochki. And this motherfucker. But anyway.
Actually, that sounds like a challenge, you know.
I can do it. I guarantee
What
you.
is that? Your taboshki looks like some
No.
mocassini in Russia. That's very.
I can do it in Sini. They have a picture of me on the wall in Sini. I guarantee you I can do it in Sini. I can show you the picture. If you go to Sini, I guarantee you 100%.
No, I saw it.
When you
black milk?
Black milk? Yes, I know
It's
the
okay.
owner. I can get in with English. In Tapochki, I know the owner, I can get in. I used to do some business for him, so I can 100% get in. And I got his number right here. If I can text him and say, yo, I'm coming to your club right now. Without texting.
Still there?
No, because the bouncers won't know, but I have the power to say, hey, I'm coming in Tapochki. He can tell them.
That's not fair.
How's it not fair? I earned that power. I worked for
What do you mean fair? What do you mean saying fair?
It's not fair to other
I
people.
earned that power. I wasn't born
That's
with
the
it.
point.
You know what I mean? But anyway, let me just finish the story. So she texted me and she was like, when are we going to meet again? Blah, blah, I want to hang out. So one night we were hanging out. I knew I liked her. Now this is New York City. It was a little dangerous at the time. We were in Central Park and we saw a naked guy running in the
Naked
park.
guy?
Yeah, running and crying. We immediately knew he got robbed. Because some people from Harlem, they would come to Central Park, they'll rob you and take your clothes off to embarrass you.
Ah, that's the point.
Yeah, so that's what they did to him. So we watched him running and crying. He was a white guy, unfortunately. And so, I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's bad.
it's like
It's
without-
I'm pretty sure these dudes, because we were close near Harlem, I'm pretty sure the black dudes from Harlem robbed them. Not being racist, that's
No. I wanted to say that I don't believe that this situation could happen to a black guy.
Yeah, he would fight to the death probably. But anyway, so as we were watching this, she decided to hold my hand. And when she held my hand, the way my body reacted, I can't explain it. It was like I was shaking, I was sweating. And this is after I was Phil. Like, this is after I was Phil, you know? I was already doing all that crazy shit. But when she just held my hand, I was shaking, I was sweating, I was nervous, I wasn't drunk, my heart was beating. I just lost my mind just because she held my fucking hand. That's when I knew I loved her, instantly. And I knew it was a problem. It's not like I wanted to fucking feel that way. I didn't want to feel that way. I felt that way. So when you say there's no such thing as love at first sight, that's because you never experienced it. But other people aren't like that. Huh?
You had some experience with her.
What? No. This is our first date. The only time I saw her before that was at work. So it's not really, it doesn't really count because we were working. We didn't really spend time
So,
together.
It's the first sight.
I would like to comment on
Please.
it. Actually, I would like to comment on this thing.
You see a girl and you just fell in love. This is
Like
love at first
instantly?
sight. Instantly, yes.
So,
And you feel that she is the right one.
So,
This is
when-
love at first sight.
when
I
are
never
talking,
had it.
When we are talking about feeling something strange, I mean seeing a person or I don't know maybe holding her hand or whatever. So in this way, in case you are explaining the love like heart beating, the changing of your mood and so on. So I'm actually believing in it because so unconsciously,
Subconsciously, yeah.
unconsciousness.
So I said it.
You got it.
Subconsciously.
Yes, you got it. So actually, you might have this kind of things in your brain or whatever. So when you are meet a person, who is like the person you maybe met, in your childhood, and in some way it just like reacted, in that way that you are, getting nervous or getting, these heartbeats or whatever. That's mine. So in this way, I believe in it. But knowing what love is, saying that you can fall in love with the first sight.
So you guys literally mean love at first sight when you first just see somebody?
Yeah,
Love at
exactly.
first sight.
But, okay,
You see,
I understand.
you feel this.
But
the girl is the right one.
But
the first sight.
yeah. But the thing that you are explaining, I felt it too. So actually, I do not know
Yeah,
her.
exactly the same.
I do not know her.
Right.
I do not know what's in her head or whatever. But I do not know why, but I I think that she's the one.
This kind of feeling, this kind of feeling I have like probably 2 or 3 times per week.
But see, people, no,
But it doesn't mean love.
no,
It's
no,
just that
no.
I feel something that wow,
So-
she's
No.
No?
If you feel this numerous times, it's not the same feeling I had. That's the only time I ever felt that.
once.
Only time. One time.
I'm talking about
But I have this kind of heartbreak.
No,
it's kind of
it doesn't matter. Everyone's different because if you feel something numerous amount of times, it's not the same as feeling it only one time. So if a guy has sex with a girl only one time, and you have sex with a million chicks, it's different for the both of you. Sex is on a different level. For you, it's every day.
No, but I'm talking
But for him, it's
on the
different.
first side when you see a
Right.
girl and you have this kind of feeling.